Football with Ronnie. Harding Football with Ronnie Huckeba.
Hi everybody, and welcome to the first edition of Harding Football with Ronnie Huckeba as the Bisons traveled over to Weatherford, Oklahoma last week to take on Southwestern Oklahoma. And Coach, I know it didn't go exactly the way that we wanted it to with the end result, but a great effort on the road against a very experienced Southwestern Oklahoma team.
Billy, it was a good learning experience for us. You never really know what you have until you put them out there on the field the first time. And we had a lot of young people get their first meaningful college football experiences. And on that note, I think it was real positive. We had a lot of defensive players playing, starting for the first time, pretty much brand new secondary. And we had to learn a lot of lessons on Saturday. Offensively, we went in with a very conservative game plan. Jake Morris making his first start, Keenan being hurt. And, a lot of the game went well, but we had some issues that really cost us the ball game. And our attitude is, we're not about to panic over a loss, but we do have a very strong sense of urgency to get ready to play again this coming Saturday. So we're going to take what we can learn from this game and move forward with it.
All right, Coach, great to be with you. Look forward to looking at the first half highlights after this.
Proud of all of our athletic teams.
Welcome back to Harding Football with Ronnie Huckeba, and we knew about this offense from Southwestern Oklahoma, and we're going to get a chance to look at them right off the bat because your defense gets to see their offense on the first series.
Right. They do have a veteran team returning, and senior quarterback, 4-year starter. They moved the ball down against us on their first drive, really executed well, put us in some binds on defense. But we come up with a great play here. Eric Ragsdale, very opportunistic on this pick and kept them out of the end zone. We played great red zone defense all last year, and this was a good start for us.
His first career interception.
I did not know that. That's Eric's been a really steady player for us, and we're expecting him to have a great year for us this year.
Get a chance to look at the Bison offense right here for the first time.
As I said, we did some things differently to give us some formations that they hadn't seen. Ran a little bit more power offense than we have, just to try to give our quarterback a little bit of a entry into the game that didn't require him to make a whole lot of reads, and it worked well for us. That little flat pass was designed to take advantage of the fact that they were really rolling their secondary hard. This was a big play for us on special teams. They had a bad snap. We were able to get the punter down real quick, and as we have been, we've been pretty opportunistic on offense following a turnover. And you can see as we start this particular set of highlights that we do get the ball in the end zone. That's Romo Westbrook with really good blocking. Romo had really strong game for us. Romo has had a great spring and fall camp. We get a little bit of a mix-up there on the offensive line. Our puller runs into one of our tackles down blocking, but then, you know, this offense is so difficult to defend. It makes you stretch or defend the whole field, and we just run the quarterback sneak in for a touchdown. Really good job of taking advantage of a turnover.
And getting Jacob Moore some confidence with his first touchdown of the year.
Absolutely. The boots were open against these guys. This is a great route by Alex Finley. Great job of staying with the ball and catching it. Good throw by Jake. They were really flowing their secondary hard with our motion, and so the boots were a good counter force and able to take advantage of what they were doing defensively.
Jacob Moore was efficient, threw over 150 yards for the night.
He did. And, I think Jake also would say that, he had a couple that he wished he could, throw them just a little bit different, but that's just part of opening the season and having your first experience. That blocked field goal was a big play in the game. They actually were illegal with that, and I guess that's all I need to say.
Big play right here.
Big play, good pressure, good job of getting on the football, giving us another short field. Again, Romo on the belly play, which is to the tight end side. Riley Hawkins played tight end for us the other night, did a fantastic job. This is, we're running the midline option with flow motion, and this was a good play for us all night long. You can see Jake's a little rattled right there. Park Parrish comes in for his very first play as a college football player and takes it into the end zone.
I'm not sure I've ever seen that, Coach. First collegiate play he scored.
So he's 1 for 1.
All right, stay with us, and we'll come back and look at second half highlights from Weatherford, Oklahoma.
I'm lucky. Let me help you with that. I get to do something I love. It has nothing to do with touchdowns or titles.
Everybody bring it in.
I get to play a part in the life of someone just starting out.
How many of you think homework is just as important as teamwork?
I help keep kids in school.
Good.
And that's the name of the game.
My name is LaDainian Thomason. I don't just wear the shirt, I live it.
Give, advocate, volunteer. Live United.
All right, guys, we gotta be smarter about what we bite on, okay? I want everyone to go outside. We're gonna run Red Rover on 3.
What about you, Tony?
I'm gonna run around in circles, flatten my arms, and make engine noises like this.
When it comes to playing, we kids are the pros.
We're eating right, too.
We fuel up.
To play 60!
If your school doesn't have a program, be a leader. Start one.
Click today and join the movement.
Welcome back to Harding Football with Ronnie Huckeba. The Bisons get the football to begin the second half, and you had to feel pretty good right here, up 13-7 going into the second half.
We did, and as you can see on this kickoff return, ball goes out of bounds. They get a 15-yard unnecessary roughness penalty, which sets us up with great field position at midfield. And that's kind of the way you want to start off the second half as far as your field position following a kickoff.
And anytime that we see Donatello Luckett running, and that's what we're going to see right here, it's a good thing for Bison fans.
Donatello with the ball in his hand is a very good thing, as you can see here. This is the reverse off the triple option. It's one of our staple plays. We look and see if they are overcompensating with their secondary to the flow side. And whenever we see that, we're going to try to get the ball to Donatello on the reverse. Great run. He had some fantastic blocking out in front of him by Jeremiah Vivio especially. This is the flow motion, midline option, in for a touchdown with Jake. We had very good success with this play all night long. It was, it was one of our staples going into the game. John Gay knocks this one down, and so this puts us up 20-7 at the beginning of the third quarter. And honestly, I'm feeling pretty good right there.
That was a good start to the second half, and then we will see the Southwestern Oklahoma would get the football, and you would be able to turn them away. and get the football back.
These guys really put a lot of pressure on us defensively. They had a couple of matchup issues with 44, Ryan Corbin, who was a returning all-conference player at tight end. They used him very effectively. This was a real heads-up play by Ashton Williams. On the quick kick, Ashton had a really good football game for us, played with a lot of energy. He's a physical tackler, and that was really a heads-up play. I think that's the missed extra point. Is that correct? Yeah.
To keep the game tied after Southwestern Oklahoma had scored and a chance to take the lead right there. So
we're 20-20, and we need a drive. We get the triple option going to Ty Finley out on the perimeter with great blocking. Donatella Luck and the rest of our wide receivers were fantastic blockers all night long. We really did a great job with those guys on the perimeter.
And I thought this was a big field goal for John Gay right here.
This was a big field goal. He needed to, after the one that we got blocked, he needed to have some success there. We protected him well, and it was a good deal for us.
And you mentioned Ty Finley, and he had 2 big runs on that series we were just watching for 44 yards.
He sure did. This was a tough deal for us. This is a critical play in the game. We have a missed exchange, set them up with a short field. And, we had a couple of turnovers in the second half that really ended up hurting us. And, as offensive coaches, we really want to limit that. And it ended up being a deal that led to a touchdown. That was the go-ahead touchdown, by the way.
And Dustin Stenta can do it with his arm and legs, and we saw that right there, a very experienced quarterback. And you get one more shot at the drive right here.
Yeah, this is we're in 2-minute offense, and again, we want to try to get the ball to Donatella. He makes a fantastic run. This is the screen into the boundary off of our sprint out action, and had some good blocking out in front of him. And then Donatella is obviously special with the ball in his hands.
And almost a great catch here by Michael.
That was so close. That was so close. Had Michael open. I think this is the next play. We're just trying to get somebody open down the field and give us a jump ball situation.
And one last opportunity right here with Donatella.
This is final play of the game, and we're going to try to get the ball up in there and give Donatella a chance for a jump ball. And they did a good job of knocking it down.
So a tough loss on the road to begin the season, but the Bisons will be at home this coming week, and we'll come back and talk with Coach about that right after this.
Healing takes time. It also takes knowledge and expertise. Here we learn to reach out to and care for others through the application of medicine and true compassion. We understand that our mission is to take our training and abilities out into the world where they can and do heal the lives of others. For us, that mission began in a place of faith, learning, and living. Harding University.
The Brackett Library is more than just references for your research paper. You can find So come to the Brackett Library today.
Football with Ronnie Huckeba as the Bisons fell this past week in an interesting week, I think, in the conference all around.
Billy, I said early in the year that Henderson, I think, was obviously the team to beat in the league, and they're very talented, and I think they proved that with a huge win over Southern Nazarene. But there's not a lot of difference in the rest of us. SAU with great returning team, a lot of starters on offense and defense, tremendous quarterback, a lot of skilled people. They go on the road and play Southeast Oklahoma and get beat 56-50. We go on the road and get beat by Southwest Oklahoma. Those two teams are, they're going to make some noise. Arkansas Tech has a big win on the road against Northwest Oklahoma and pretty much controlled that football game. So it's going to be week to week. And that's a good thing for us with a young football team. That's how we need to approach it. We don't need to try to get ahead of ourselves. And, we've got a challenge coming up this week with our home opener against Northwest Oklahoma.
Yeah, you mentioned Northwestern Oklahoma. First time the Bisons have played Northwestern Oklahoma since 1988, and home openers always very exciting.
It should be a great crowd, a great atmosphere. We certainly hope that our students will come out and support us, and I'm sure they will. Our players will be fired up to play at home. It's interesting. I sent Scott Good, our sports information director, a text the other day, and said, Scott, I don't know if you realize this, but out of our last 12 games, we played 8 of them on the road. And we are ready to be at home for a little while.
All right, Coach, great to be with you. Enjoyed it. Best of luck this week.
Thank you very much, Billy.
That's all for this week's edition of Harding Football with Ronnie Huckeba. We'll see you next time.
Harding Football with Ronnie Huckeba.